Halcyon, the city of hopes and dreams. Superpowered supervillains lay their super schemes. And if you want to take them on, you're gonna need a team to win the fight. But for the Varsity Knights, teenagers by day, superheroes by night, young and strong and daring and ready to fight. When evil comes around to take a bite,
watch out for megabytes.
Look for the Varsity Knights.
From all corners of the room, there is a loud as various different members of the student body all let out a loud howl. They all congregate on the dance floor and they begin forming this like almost tribal kind of formation as they're doing this like aggressive haka style dance together. You hear, "Students of Tucker Island Public School, are you tired of being told what to do by your parents, by your teachers, by every single adult in your life? You should join up with us, the Wolf Pack!" As this student says that, they hair away their suits and their top half just turns into a wolf person. And you hear them say, "We'll show you how to become powerful. Learn to protect yourself from the dangers. Don't rely on these heroes that are just part of our school. We need to take back power for ourselves. Join our pack!" And then the howl goes up again as the DJ's doing his best to try to get control back over the dance floor. One of them goes up and just like kicks the DJ out of the booth. What is Kitty doing now?
That is not how we treat our vendors.
What the hell's going on here?
So I think, yeah, Kitty sends some kind of message back to Nell. I want to say that her super speed mean she can text super fast.
Yeah.
She's popular.
Yeah, exactly. That too. Just sends a quick message to Nell along the lines of, "Trouble here too. I hope you have it handled on your end." And then we'll just run up to the stage and basically get in the face of whoever was just talking and she's like, "Listen, I know that this student council worked very hard to make this homecoming happen, and this was not part of their vision. So you all need to back off."
See what I mean? These heroes are crashing our events and they don't even go here. Get off of the stage before we make you. And then a bunch of the other students begin like tearing off their arms to reveal these jacked, furry, muscly arms as they approach the stage growling.
Kid, I'm getting a little fed up with these guys. What do you say?
I was already fed up.
Alright, party's over. You and your wolf pack can go. Okay, we're having a peaceful dance. We don't want any of this.
This is our dance. Why don't you go back to the sewers where you belong?
Can I roll a burn?
Oh yeah, you can. In fact, why don't we...
Roll initiative.
Yes, why don't we enter battle against a dangerous foe as a team?
I just read that I have acid spit.
Fun.
Yeah.
I want to spit on this guy.
Okay. So, who's the leader of the group inside?
Me!
No.
Of the group inside?
Yes.
Would that be Ricochet?
Probably Ricochet.
Does Ricochet have influence over every teammate?
No.
What is Ricochet's purpose in this fight?
Ricochet's purpose is to maintain a successful party despite this. Which I don't think is going to align with everybody else, but that is what she wants. So she wants the party to be good.
What is everybody else's
To
goal?
kick ass.
Okay.
Currently,
Doesn't sound like that.
to kick the ass of that particular person that told me to go back to the sewers.
If any team member mistrusts the leader or the team, does anybody mistrust Ricochet?
No?
No,
Diego doesn't mistrust Ricochet?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah,
He's not
He
that
was
fragile.
honest about it.
Yeah, especially where it's not like You know, I don't like you.
Yeah.
No, I'm kind of a little bit too gay.
And finally, is the team ill-prepared or off-balance?
Ooh, definitely ill-prepared.
Okay, so we are removing one team, so our team pool is at 2 currently.
That's not that bad.
It's not too bad.
Not too bad.
In the meantime, let's take a look at Hati and Farah as they're chasing after the shield in the distance. I think you're able to close the distance after a little while of chasing after this. You are athletically trained. You're a bit surprised at how athletic Farah is able to keep pace with you during this entire time. And as you get close, you realize that this shield is being taken to the harbor. And as you get even closer to that, you get a better sense of exactly what is carrying the shield. And it appears to be a giant moving blob of ooze and mud and slime. That is slowly like picking itself up off of the ground, carrying the shield inside of it, as it is semi-translucent.
Ooh, yummy. So I think Nell summoned their axe fairly early on in the run, in large part because that changes their clothes. I think their homecoming clothes would have been very annoying to try and run in.
Yes, that's right.
And it's going to the harbor. Can this be going downhill a little bit?
Sure, why not?
Because what I want to do is to get a running leap. Just try and like bring the axe down like straight overhead into the back of this ooze to try and cut it open enough to pull the shield out.
Okay.
That makes the most sense if Nell has the high ground.
Okay.
Pulls an Obi-Wan.
So you are able to do this without any issue because the ooze doesn't try to stop you. As you go for this leap, you like sink your axe directly into it. The axe cuts through it like butter, and the ooze closes right back up around it. And as this happens, a face rotates around from the other side of the ooze, looks you in the face and says, "Aha! You are the wolf's blood simply. So nice of you to make the time in your busy schedule. Unfortunately, I must run. So," and as this happens, they open their mouth and a column of slime comes and pushes you backwards. Take a powerful blow.
Alright. Oh, not good.
That's good. This is good to roll low on this one.
Okay, so that is a 5.
Cool. So you mark potential as normal and say how you weathered the blow.
Nell sunk the axe in, and then the ooze kind of closed around it.
Mhm.
So I think Nell holds onto the haft of the axe to maintain grip on the back of this ooze. So they're able to use that to steady themselves as they duck beneath the jet of gross.
Meanwhile, back in the homecoming dance floor, who's taking the first shot? Okay. All right, let's go with Diego first.
Thank you. This guy
It makes more sense.
just told me to go back to the sewer.
Uh-huh.
And Diego was in his reptilian form, by the way. I think just out of reflex, he's just going to spit and forget that forget that his spit is acid. But also, he's not that sorry.
Okay. Can you roll to directly engage a threat for me?
Yeah, I can.
6. Yeah, maybe.
So 12.
12. Okay. On a 12, you can pick 2 of the options from directly engage a threat.
The rest of the pack saw their leader get spat on with acid spit. So through that, I create an opportunity for my allies because the attack is distracted. And of course, impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition.
Okay.
I'm gonna say frighten.
So as you do this, you spit your acids in the eyes of this guy. You kind of forgot that was what was going to happen here.
Yep.
And the guy just kind of like reeled backwards, holding onto his face and screaming. The rest of the wolf pack start looking towards each other like, what do we do? What do we do? And then the leader immediately comes out of this in a feral snarl and opens his eyes. They're bloodshot red and he's going to lunge for you.
So Ricochet's entire objective with this is to preserve the party, so I think that she is going to try to get in the way of this and stop Diego from being attacked.
Can you roll to defend Diego then?
I can.
Roll the savior.
That is a 9.
Okay, on a 7 through 9, it costs you. Either you can expose yourself to danger or escalate the situation.
Expose myself to danger. I don't want to
Okay.
escalate the situation.
Alright, in that case, I think it's going to be you who needs to take a powerful blow.
That seems fair.
No!
Oof, that is 11.
11.
Yep.
On a 10 plus, choose one. Either you must remove yourself from the situation, flee, pass out, etc. You lose control of your powers in a terrible way, or choose 2 options from the 7 through 9 list.
So let's go with mark 2 conditions and also lash out verbally. So yeah, I think that she's gonna be really pissed at Diego for like escalating this. And she's like, can you just calm down for a second? Like, why is the first thing that you have to do being attacking somebody? They weren't hurting anybody, at least not yet.
Okay, so what this is going to look like is Kitty loses her influence over you, but you are going to mark a condition of her choice.
So first off, Kitty marks 2 conditions, so she
Yes.
is going to be both angry and insecure. I think makes sense in this situation. And I think that I would want Diego to mark guilty, because that's how Kitty would want him to feel after doing that.
You've just gotten like a big old scratch down the side of your visor and feel like a ringing in your ear from where the claw made contact. Tyson, what are you doing?
Tyson would ask loudly, "Where's Nell?" to Kitty and to Diego.
Beats me. A little busy right now.
Heading toward the harbor.
Does anybody on the team particularly feel like he should be staying?
I mean, I don't think Kitty would think that
Uh-huh.
Spector would be likely to help in this situation.
I would destroy the situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Diego would, but he's too distracted and angry at the moment.
Besides,
Okay.
it's not his homecoming.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
Sure, you're leaving.
Headed to the harbor
Okay. Looking back over at the harbor.
with my bicycle.
Haba.
Can I get my bike and ride?
Yeah. Yeah. We see,
Nell ducked beneath this jet of gross and tells him, if you wanted to talk, you could have just sent an email.
Does it look like I can type with my particular body type?
and speaking of the body type, the body splits in the center such that your axe falls free and this mass just continues rolling closer towards the harbor, which is now very clearly in sight. Farah, running past you, says, if she gets into the water, then she's lost!
Nell cares a lot more about getting the shield back
Yes.
than about dealing with this creature. So Nell's going to keep just trying to grab the shield and pull it out.
Okay. Can you roll to unleash your powers? Oh, no! You don't have super strength.
I do not
You
have
cannot do this. This is too strong of a grip.
Even Nell can haul their axe back to them at any
Yep.
point. So would it still be too much to like jab the axe in and kind of try and pry things open to get
Here's
to
the
it?
thing. This particular enemy is not vulnerable to your weapon, essentially.
Ah. Okay.
Because of the body that they have, your axe is not going to be an effective weapon. If you'd like, you can try to assess the situation to try to figure out other ways.
Yeah, I think that's what Nell's going to do. Like, continue holding on to this ooze monster, and yeah, try and assess the situation. 5.
Okay. You stop to try to look around, and you're, I think, stricken by the lack of experience that you have being in this situation, because you've never had the scenario of, my axe cannot hurt whatever enemy I'm dealing with. And you, I think, have this thought that goes across your head of Skull would know what to do right now.
Yeah, that tracks, because Nell's also feeling insecure.
Farah is continuing to run after this creature as it gets closer and closer to the harbor. And as you see Farah basically like shoot their hands downwards and jets of water shoot out of them as she propels herself closer. Meanwhile, back in the party itself, Kitty, you just got hurt. Diego, you just got hurt emotionally. What are you two doing?
I mean, I think what Kitty would want to be doing here, and I don't necessarily know what this would fit into for basic moves, her actual goal would be to try to parlay with the wolf packs. Just be like, okay, how about we hear out what you have to say, and then we all talk about this like rational people.
So what you can do here is you can try to pierce their mask.
Alright, cool, let's go with that. I have -2 to that because I have so many conditions. So that's an 8.
It's an 8. Okay, ask one.
How could I gain influence over
Yeah, I think that's the one. How could I gain influence over you?
Or how could I get your character to fuck off out of my party?
Actually, yeah. How could I get your character to let homecoming run smoothly?
Lose.
Alright.
These guys want to look strong. If you take a fall here, they will look strong. They'll probably be satisfied.
Okay, gotta lose.
Diego is stepping up to the ringleader and just taunting him like, what did I say? You just tell your team to stand down and you and me just settle this, huh? Maybe down in the sewers where you so keenly want me to go back to?
You trying to provoke him?
Yeah.
Okay, give me a roll plus superior.
It's more like mine is superior. 8.
8. He's gonna say, you wanna go one-on-one?
Yeah.
Why not right here, kid?
Because I have some decency in me, and there's...
Funny, you don't look like it. Kill him.
Oh, I don't want to be too big of a dick to
Have your
kids.
stupid fight and get it over with.
Really? You're gonna say that?
I think so, yeah. She is angry. She figures that if you're doing one-on-one, you're more likely to lose than if, like, we tried to
Ouch.
do a big, like,
Ow.
team engagement.
I'm gonna engage, but my goal is to shove him towards a window so that
You're gonna try to get him out.
so we can move the fight out
Yes.
and not stay here. And
So go ahead and directly engage a threat, why don't you?
+1. 9.
So essentially what's happening here is the two of you are trading blows, but neither of you is managing to land a solid hit. You're managing to keep his attention, at the very least, at the moment, as some people are cowering into the background. There's Chet filming on his phone being like, fight, 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 fight!
Shut up, Chet. Go get your car.
I want to know, how is it that you managed to land a solid hit on him?
Ooh, what's that move? That wrestling move where
There's so many.
Well, as I'm dodging his blows, I will kind of climb on top of him from the back.
So if it's from behind, it's called a turrican run.
Oh, is this like, I think Black Widow kind of does this in one of
Yeah,
her fight
yes,
scenes where,
yes.
like, wrap your legs around, like, someone's neck and then maneuver your body such that you kind of twist
That's
them
the
around
run,
and roll
I
them.
think. Yep.
I think you're right.
Yep.
Yeah. I just kind of leap very lizard-like, legs around his neck from the back, and then just like twirl and then toss them.
And there's this this general like, ooh from the rest of the wolf pack.
Down, boy.
This guy gets back up and he's like, and then charges back towards you. He's marking insecure, and he's going to try to prove himself once again.
Kitty's gonna hate me.
Mm-hmm.
Can I basically try to provoke Diego in this?
Yes, you can.
From the sidelines, Ricochet is going to yell, Chameleon, just give it up. They're right. We don't belong here. Which I'm also hoping, at least if I succeed on it, maybe counts as hurting someone to clear my angry.
That kind of makes sense to me. Can you roll plus superior?
Yeah.
Cool, your choice.
So I'm gonna go with if they do it, add a team to the pool.
You said, give it up, they're right, we don't belong here.
Mm-hmm. The thing that she's telling you to do is like, give up, give in, let them win.
Diego will do it, but he's going to not say anything anymore and just take the blow, basically.
Alright,
Let him win.
cool. Take a powerful blow for me, if you would.
10.
10. On a 10 plus, choose one of those options.
You lose control of yourself or your powers in a terrible way?
Yeah!
Mm.
That's my jam.
You could also just get knocked out by this.
I know, that was my first choice, but no, it's okay. I'm gonna save that for another time. I'm going to just pass out. You're gonna hit me so hard that I can.
Yeah. As you go down, this guy's like, and he lets out a big howl that the rest of the pack echoes, and he says, "Everybody remember the name of Dreadwolf." And then they begin walking out. Let's look back over at what's happening with Nell, Farah, and also Tyson as he's catching up.
I have a question.
Yes.
If I mark like full potential
Yes.
mid-combat.
Yes.
Cool! So, what I would like to do is unlock the remaining 2 powers of my suite.
Okay. Awesome.
So, Nell is also left over from everything else feeling like angry and insecure and is feeling very frustrated, not able to get things open, feeling like the strain on their muscles from trying to pry this open, realizing they're completely ineffective, and trying to assess the situation, not knowing what to do, feeling like Skull or Balder would know what to do. They just get frustrated enough and just sort of yell out as they hack away again. And in doing so, their axe unleashes this pure white beam of energy through the ooze, completely accidentally on their part, as they unlock the last two of their powers.
So I think, Tyson, as you're coming up, you see Hati recovering and simmering, and as you're approaching, you're probably, say something along the lines of, how can I help?
Yeah.
And then the ground around you shakes as Hati springs forward with completely new super strength. You see the ground crack under where they once were, and this blade beam shoots out from the axe. Roll to directly engage the threat, please.
Sweet. So that is 7.
7, okay. You can choose one of the options for directly engage a threat.
Take something from them. I'll take the shield.
Yes, okay, that makes perfect sense. So the blade beam goes straight through them and basically bisects this creature and also hits the shield, which is magical, and so therefore can survive this damage, and the shield just kind of flies out of the other side of them. It's currently directly on their current path, so somebody's gonna have to secure that shield before it's completely saved.
Tyson on his bicycle, go ahead.
Go for it.
Scoop it up.
Tyson just wants to go in there with his A.E.G.I.S and do a really cool power stop where you spin your back wheel out and put your leg down and grabs the shield and puts it on his back.
Kick the shield up so I can.
He kicks the shield up,
Captain America,
and lands on his back.
Yeah. Aided by general telekinesis.
As this is happening, Vera also comes to a stop on the other side of the ooze monster, and with balls of swirling water in her hands, between her webbed fingers, she says, "Give it up, Susan."
What?
Susan! Nell stops that and is like,
And the creature says, "Very well. You may have stopped me this time, but I'm a slippery customer, seafarer. You won't be able to stop what's coming." And you see the creature slowly draining away into a storm vent that they've strategically put themselves on top of.
Nell checks text real quick to see if there's any news from going on inside. Doesn't question why Tyson is there, and is just gotta go back.
Thinking that the blob has gone away, because I was gonna try to prevent it, but I don't want to get caught with, how'd you get the shield, blob, Susan? So
Yeah, so Nell is absolutely thinking that, but they know something else is going on inside the dance.
Yeah.
And they left Kitty there. They want to know what Susan's deal is, they want to know what Farrah's deal is, they want to know why Tyson is here, but step 1, go back to the dance and make sure everything's okay there. They just look at Tyson, they're like, I don't, what? Dance.
turns the bike around, hustles back.
I think at some point Nell just grabs the shield from him. As they run back.
Okay. What is happening at the dance?
So, immediate aftermath of the wolf pack leaving, in Kitty's attempt to save this dance, before she deals with knocked out Diego, Ricochet's gonna go up to the DJ and just be like, "Hey, can you put on She-Wolf or something? Just keep it in theme."
Sure, whatever. Hungry like the wolf?
Yeah, that works. Then goes to try to pick up Diego and take him out of there.
You can do that, I think.
Okay.
No issue there.
And then I think she's gonna call Mrs. Fraser. Miss Fraser?
Yes.
Yeah, Miss Fraser.
She's working overtime today. Oh wait, we're not in the school. Doesn't matter.
It's fine. She's probably chaperone.
Yeah,
at the
okay,
middle
that's
school
fair.
dance.
Yeah. So for some reason she has her teacher's number, and she calls her or texts her and is like, "Please come to the hallway.
And
Need help."
You see Miss Fraser coming down the hallway, and as she approaches, she's like, "What happened? What happened to this guy?"
Teen Wolves?
Teen, like the TV show?
Pretty much, I haven't seen it.
Diego, wake up. And she just reaches out and just smacks your face a little bit. Calm down. Diego, would you like to tell me what happened?
I lost, Teach.
You lost a fight, I
Yeah.
assume? You were fighting at homecoming?
They started it.
It doesn't matter who started it. It
Kinda does.
If you still went to the school, I would be giving you detention right now.
Sorry, Peach. Sorry, Ricochet.
Are you okay? Are you feeling hurt?
I'm fine. You should see the other guy.
He's also fine.
Okay, well, as long as nobody got hurt seriously, then let's let this go.
Miss Fraser, you wouldn't happen to have some silver at the science lab? For future?
Only one has this, and she takes off a ring off of her finger.
No, something I can hold on to.
Ah, no, you can't have this.
No, I figured. That's fine. Preferably something I can put on here. And points to the dangly earring.
Thank you very much for your assistance, Ricochet.
Yeah, Ricochet.
Great, I don't follow the names that well.
We've met before.
I know, but I do not follow names very well for superheroes. I'm much better at normal names.
Okay.
Diego, you're going to tell me everything about what happened so that I can write up a report.
Okay, yeah. Could use a pick-me-up, bro. Let's go.
Alright, where does Ricochet go?
I want to do something that would take foolhardy action without consulting the team. But the only sort of things that I would actually imagine Kitty doing when she's like feeling really frustrated would be like practicing dance moves, which is not particularly foolhardy.
It doesn't have enough consequence.
Yeah, it's just like you can just kind of do that, and that's fine. So I'm trying to think what would actually be a thing that would be in character for her that's also, like, it's a big deal and it's a problem.
Did anyone bring alcohol to homecoming?
Oh, I'm sure did Chet bring alcohol to
Chet
homecoming?
Absolutely, he brought alcohol to homecoming.
Alright, Ricochet's gonna go change back to Kitty, and then Kitty is gonna ask Chet if he brought booze, and follow that route.
I mean, you're not gonna snitch on me, right?
No, I'm not gonna snitch on you, Chet.
Okay, because, you've been kind of square about rules recently.
Yeah, I know.
Alright, yeah, just come with me.
She goes off with Chet.
I think the rest of the team comes back to Diego after Miss Fraser has gotten the lowdown and, like, made sure that you're okay. She's checked your eyes a couple of times just to make sure that you don't have a concussion and stuff like that.
I'm fine, really. I'm fine. It was just a fight.
Listen, if you're not going to look after yourselves, then I'm going to have to look after you for you.
I'm good. Like, it was just, he taunted me. I lost my shit. Sorry. I lost it.
You can swear in front of me.
Okay.
I've heard verse. I come from Germany. We have like 50 other swear words.
Have you heard of the Dreadwolf?
Dreadwolf?
Yeah.
I'm bad about superhero names. Is that something that I should know?
I don't know. This is my first time seeing these guys, but I think they're bad news.
I have seen a few things going around the classroom. I assumed it was just some sort of after-school activity.
Like what?
Oh, just people talking about some sort of pack.
That would be it?
Okay, I will look into it. You have your team, yes?
I'd appreciate that, thanks.
Great.
Because last thing we need is a bunch of shirtless guys in shorts running around.
I mean, yes, we don't want that.
Yes.
As Nell and Tyson enter here, Mr. Fraser looks up and says, "Oh, there's your team now."
Hey guys.
Nell looks around, doesn't see Kitty, asks where's Ricochet?
Presumably she's fine. She brought me here.
They just leave. Goes back into the main area.
Ricochet brought up flowers.
That checks out. Yep.
So Farah is also amongst this group, and Farah watches Nell go off and then addresses the other two and says, "You two are members of the A.G.I.S Knights."
What's it to you, formal
The A.G.I.S
fish?
Knights of the Varsity Knights.
Every time.
Yep.
What's it to you, formal fish?
That's insensitive.
It's very insensitive.
You're a fish and you're wearing formal wear. Formal fish.
That's fine. He's a child. I was just speaking with one of your teammates, tracking down a lead. And if you have a second, I can tell you more. And then she looks towards Miss Fraser, and Miss Fraser's just like, okay, I understand, superhero business, and then she walks away.
Thanks, Teach.
With us now, find Kitty.
Chet's car, I think. Not in Chet's car. I'm imagining they're like leaning against the hood of Chet's car.
By the
Maybe
way,
Chet's just like, why is this in a different spot than it was before?
Yeah, exactly.
Why
super
is it
muddy.
covered in mud?
Man, you know what? You know what? Who I bet it was? It's probably. No, I mean you like him, right?
Who?
Oh, you know that one guy who used to go here, and now he's like a gross monster thing.
We're on rocky terms right now.
I mean, I'm glad you're coming around to that.
What?
I mean, I knew it was bad news from the moment that he showed up and, terrorized the entire school.
Okay, I don't think that he You know what? Just give me the flask, Chet.
Yeah, and hands it back over to you.
Takes the long draw.
Nell probably comes out around now having like scoured the inside of where the dance is, couldn't find Kitty or any sign of Ricochet, then goes out and sees Kitty there and runs over, still carrying the shield, but no more axe, is just in their homecoming attire.
Oh my gosh, you're back!
Comes over, is just like very confused, like, you okay? Is everything?
Getting all the way to okay now, right, Chet?
Yeah, I'm getting pretty close to it. You want some?
No? What?
That's right, you're driving.
Yeah.
Nell's responsible.
I mean, that makes, one of us, I guess.
Yeah,
Hey, have you considered more about what my mom was...
I did, not at homecoming.
It's not homecoming, we're outside of the parking lot.
It's still the time of homecoming. Also, if you're driving, you should really not be drinking.
Like I tried myself.
Nell kind of puts a hand on Kitty's shoulder to kind of step away from Chet. What happened? Is everything okay?
There were a whole bunch of teen wolves. Do you know that we just have a bunch of teen wolves in our school, and they just seem to have been determined to ruin homecoming. And then Diego and Tyson were also determined to ruin homecoming. And Diego spit acid at one of them. Anyways, one of them called himself the Dreadwolf and knocked Diego out. I think he's okay now.
No. Dreadwolf, you know.
Alright. Nell gets very concerned about this. Dreadwolf, you're sure?
That's what he said.
Would you be able to recognize him if you saw him again?
I mean, I think so. He has a human face and a wolf face.
Alright, this is very not good.
So, for a bit more context, the Dreadwolf is a title very similar to Hati and Skull that is diametrically opposed to you two, as it's commonly considered that Benrir chooses a champion, essentially, to empower. And most Dreadwolves have, among other things, this wolf transformation power, but also most of the time they're trained up with all types of modern implements of warfare. We're talking guns, swords, anything that a superpowered person might need to take down another superpowered person.
Alright, things seem to have kind of calmed down inside if you want to go back, or...
Oh, the party kept going! That makes me so happy!
Yeah, it did, and I don't think I told you this yet, but it looks great.
Oh, thank you! We worked so hard on it!
Yeah, you did really good, Kitty.
I did some work too!
Chet was there!
I was doing work! I offered the venue!
I'm sure you also did a really great job at being there.
Thanks! Just, consider it! Nightblade, remember?
Yeah, I remember.
Meanwhile, back with the other two. Farah is looking between the two of you and says, listen, because the two of you are supers, is that just how you are called up here? I trust that you two can keep a secret.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm an exchange student at the high school, but I'm not just here to learn. I've been tracking down a fugitive that, she's called Susan Ooze.
Okay.
She is infamous for stealing cargo from ships. in the harbor. And besides her monstrous form, she can basically discorporate into liquid, such that she is almost untraceable once she enters any body of liquid. Which makes it very difficult to actually stop her from doing her usual form of crimes. Recently, she was linked to a series of thefts of Atlantean technology. And so they sent me up here to deal with it. I'm sorry, I know, names, I haven't really given you mine. When we're here, you can call me Farah, otherwise I am Seafarer.
Diego, but my new name is Chameleon, whichever.
Spectre. You could call me Spectre.
Good.
So, no offense, Farah, Seafarer, but between Megabyte and the Dreadwolf guys and now this, I think we're a little villained out. So, I kind of just want to chill for the rest of the night. I've already gotten rejected like 4 times.
Fine.
Goals.
Well, yeah, I asked Kitty Carmichael. She said no for very specific reasons.
I haven't met her yet.
Yeah.
She seems popular.
Oh, yeah. Then I asked like 3 other people. One of them ran off screaming. One of them recoiled. The other one just ignored me.
It's a shame, your skill patterns now are very nice.
Thanks. Wait, really?
In Atlantis, yes. There are people who spend millions of Atlantean dollars researching ways of creating these skill patterns. There are people who spend their entire budget on cosmetics to look like you.
Huh. May I? And I'm just gonna hold out my hand.
Do you want my hand, or?
So I shake her hand, and I'm gonna turn into a fish person.
Like a different kind of fish person than your little scale.
Yeah, because the scale is a lizard tail, so this is like fish scales.
Tyson's not sure what's happening. He's not sure if flirting is happening. He doesn't know how that stuff really works.
Oh.
But he just seems this is weird.
Oh, that's trippy.
I mean, you basically look like an Atlantean.
Yeah, don't count on me breathing underwater.
Well, I will get out of your way for now, but I just want to warn you that I worry that all of these things that you mentioned, they may be linked.
Let's turn back to the leather this time. Huh.
You mentioned Megabyte?
And Dreadwolf?
Well, I don't know much about Dreadwolf, but I did read the news to keep up with super activities on the island before I came here. When I saw earlier this morning that Megabyte was attacking a Hashimoto Corp facility, I was, concerned because that was the last ship that Susan Ooze attacked, was a Hashimoto Corp shipment.
What does Hashimoto have that these people are after?
What do they not have? Holograms, technology, teleporters, robots, lots of things. I don't know. It's all behind closed doors. I'm not allowed to.
All right, well, we'll discuss it, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
As heroes.
As Varsity Knights, and we will get back to you. I wouldn't worry too much about Susan Ooze. If you just throw me in there, I think I can catch her, potentially.
Yeah, I trust you.
I have ways.
I'm sure you do. And, before I go, I just wanted to say, I don't know everything about your team thus far, but I did read a lot of articles about the Chameleon.
Oh boy. I'm sorry.
Oh. Don't be. You should never apologize for being different. She's going to try to shift your labels if you'll allow it, if you want to give her influence here. And she wants to try to move your superior up, freaked out.
All allow it.
Is there anything else that we want to cover with Nell and Kitty?
I think since Kitty, is quite drunk now, she's like, hey, I know that you're like new to high school, that's not homeschooling and stuff. So I'm not sure that I was like totally clear. Did you get that this was supposed to be a date, or?
I figured it out, yeah.
Okay. Cool.
About like 2 hours ago.
That's a lot later than I thought you would have figured it out.
Yeah, that's probably fair. But no, I did figure it out.
Okay. And you didn't leave.
No, I didn't leave. Until we were interrupted, I had a very good time.
We should do more dates. I decree it.
Nell gets like very nervous.
Chet is watching and typing something furiously.
Are you being a nervous Nelly?
Yes, very nervous Nelly. Kind of blushes a little bit, forgets that Chet is there, and is just like, yeah. We should do that.
Great.
Do you want to go back? You're very obviously drunk.
No, I'm gonna go throw up now.
Okay.
As you're going
Crash
off,
everything.
you immediately start getting text messages as many people are reacting to, is it true that you're dating? I saw it on Chet's Twitter timeline.
No, God.
And then you get one from Carson Conrado Sr. being like, you're dating a teammate? We didn't discuss this.
That's very unprofessional.
She'll ignore the one from her dad, the other ones from her classmates. Kitty doesn't swear, so I'm trying to think of how she would say this, because Nikki, would like respond, particularly if drunk, with just like a fuck yeah.
Hell yeah? Heck yeah?
I was thinking heck yeah, but I'm like, it's kind of like swearing. But yeah, we'll go with heck yeah.
Fudge yeah? So I think we can time skip to the next time that the team comes together as a full unit, sober or at least hungover.
Next morning brunch?
Yeah.
Yeah, that works.
Yep, sure.
Where is this meeting happening? Actually out at brunch, because that feels a bit suspicious.
That does feel like
Order
Yeah,
brunch
so
to
order
the-
brunch to go somewhere.
Yes.
Tyson makes brunch.
Right. So,
Because you
Nell's house.
Yes. Now being cautious, watching Tyson very closely.
He's making pancake donuts.
Is that just you pour the pancake into like a circle shape?
I don't know what it is, but he's making them.
All right. Each one comes out a little bit differently because he's
They're
trying to
all
figure out what
different,
they are. The shield is nearby, like propped up against the wall. As everyone gets there, and we sit down with the pancake donuts.
What's the vibe? Because a lot of you didn't end last night on the best of terms. By a lot of you, I mean two of you, primarily.
Tyson just doesn't want to get into a conversation about what happened to the shield. How did they get it?
Kitty's definitely tense around Diego because she knows she said some pretty hurtful things. Also, for the record, not hungover because she's a teenager.
Lucky. Diego is very quiet.
Nell's probably also very quiet, but for different reasons. I think they have a habit of when they're lost in thought, they start biting their nails.
Of course, their nails are invulnerable, so
Oh no! Wait, how do they cut their nails then?
they have superpowered nail clippers.
They get handed down when the new hottie
Yeah.
appears. It's like, alright, here's everything you need. You know, here's your axe, here are your super nail
Oh
clippers.
gosh.
Here's your super hair shears.
Yeah, there's a whole set of gear in the wolves' den specifically for this.
Personal care.
Yep.
Diego is sitting there quietly researching the Atlantean place.
Atlantis.
Just Atlantis.
The Atlantean place.
I wasn't sure if that was like the name.
Alright, so lots of stuff happened. Question 1. Does anyone know how Skull's shield ended up?
No idea. You want more pancake donut? The flesh.
Because it was here in my room.
Yep.
So if this Susan got it, then that means broke into the house, broke into my room, got it, and somehow for some reason brought it to home.
Okay, it was me.
Oh, thank goodness, because that was so close.
Who wants more pancake donuts?
What do you mean it was like you gave it to Susan?
I did not give it to Susan. I was playing. It was playing with me outside of the house.
So you brought it to the Hashimoto.
Oh, it's not a toy.
Yeah, Tyson, it's not a toy.
Ooh.
Why were we playing with it?
Tyson, I know you couldn't, come to the same homecoming, and I'm sorry you got left behind and all that, but you can't just break into my room and steal things like that.
He's not gonna blow up because he knows that he's wrong.
It's not okay.
No, it's not okay. If this actually got stolen, we don't know this ooze monster thing even wanted with it. And if this Dreadwolf is here, then if they happen to be working together, that could have been really bad for everyone, Tyson.
Yeah, well, okay. Half the blame here. Tyson brought it to school, but really I was the one who was being reckless and gave him a, what do you call it? What did you call it? You said, can you...
It was donuts.
Well, it was donuts, but the point is I didn't help. And we lost the shield because I wanted to steal Chet's car.
Wait, that's why Chet's car was in a different spot?
Yeah, I was borrowing it.
Alright, so you stole an ancient magical weapon from my room that my cousin entrusted to my care, stole a classmate's car, and then what? So you're the ones who tore up the football field too?
I got rejected 4 times and I'm dealing with
Alright,
it
so you're dealing with that by stealing things that could potentially destroy the world.
I'm 12.
Lesson learned. We won't do it again, right, kid?
I don't understand why this was a lesson you needed to learn.
Also, how are you blaming this on getting rejected?
I act out when I'm emotional.
That sounds like a thing you need to figure out then, Diego.
Yeah.
Ooh, I think Nell is unconsciously shifting Diego's labels if you have influence over Diego.
Ooh, do I have influence over Diego? I do.
Sounds like you're saying that Diego is kind of acting like a danger to other people.
Oh my goodness.
So what do you want to shift down?
I would have said shift down superior, because that's what I think of as kind of the intelligence equivalent, and it's like he was acting dumb.
Yeah, being very reckless.
Diego, are you going to accept this?
Up danger, down superior?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Tyson, you can tune them out if you want. You can mark guilty. I'll let you mark potential if you mark a condition here.
I'll take guilty.
Okay.
You let me mark potential?
Yeah.
So, has Diego been hurt such that I can clear angry?
I'm gonna say yes. I think he's emotionally hurt.
Okay.
No.
He lost the fight. He got rejected. He lost the fight after acting out, and now, of course, he's dealing with the consequences. of acting
And now Nell's yelling.
Yeah.
We're doing team drama so well this
I
episode.
know, so good.
Such teen drama.
I'm stuffing myself with pancakes now.
Is there anything else that the team discusses during this, or does this just kind of fall apart as everybody's angry with each other?
Tyson goes to his room. He can't handle the guilt.
Still looking at the Atlantis thing on his phone, Diego leaves and says, I think I need to go for a swim.
So then, Nell and Kitty are just left in the room.
Mm-hmm.
With my pancake donuts.
You want a hand cleaning this up?
You don't have to.
No, I'm happy to.
Okay. So the two of them start cleaning things up.
Is this a date?
Possibly.
Donuts up.
Bring her flowers. Yeah.
As you head up to your room and you open the door, you see a little envelope on the bed. And it's got the A.E.G.I.S logo on it. It's addressed to you, so this probably came in the mail and just was left here.
Okay, not like someone popped through the window.
Yep.
Okay. So he takes it and hops on his bed with his legs dangling over the edge. He's just gonna read it.
So as you open up the envelope, expecting a handwritten letter, a hologram pops up instead.
It's a howler.
An image of Agent Hammerhead. She says, "Hey there, sport. That's what your Bob calls you."
That's what your Bob calls you? Hey there, sport, that's what people say to you.
I really like your Bob.
Yep.
Is this letter trying to communicate with me, or is this a message?
You can try to talk back.
Only Bob calls me sport.
See, I'm just kidding with you. I just paused so that you would have a chance to say something. I wanted to see if it would work. Did
Close
it work?
the letter. Cut to 2 hours later, I open it back up.
So anyway, listen, Jim. I gotta ask you a favor, because here's the thing. On your entire team, you're the strongest person there. And you're the only person who can manage this kind of thing with your powers. So, if you come down to A.E.G.I.S headquarters, Bob can pick you up. We got a little bit of information gathering that we would need somebody with your mentalist abilities to do. Does that sound good to you? See, I'm pausing again to see if you want to respond.
Closes the letter, puts it away. 2 hours later. I think he's feeling guilty. It's a good thing, he thinks. Okay, maybe A.E.G.I.S is good guys. Maybe he should be less reckless. Maybe he should help when being asked for help. Okay, so he'll go and real quick montage. Glove, hat, backpack, zip, baseball card to go into the spokes.
I know that you might need some time to think about it. This time, I do actually want you to interact. Just press this button whenever you want to call us and we'll drop by to pick you up. I'll wait. Go ahead.
He's gonna bike to them.
This continues on for a little bit as the message is playing as you're already gone out of the room.
Yeah, I'll leave the letter there.
Let's look at Diego. You go up down to the docks.
To the harbor,
to
yeah.
the harbor to swim. Okay.
I tape the phone under the docks so that it is, and I just jump in.
You go down to swim for a little bit. What does swimming mean to Diego? Like, what does this do for him, do you think?
Well, per his backstory, that's what he did to clear his head, and that's why when he went for a swim and there were toxic chemicals there, that's how he became what he is. So, like, this was kind of his haven to go and de-stress.
So I think you're in your own space to just try to let go of the guilt, essentially, that other people are placing upon you. And also there's just that part of me that's just like, I wish I had another shot at Dreadwolf. But as this is happening, you are, I think, like eyes closed, just focused on your surroundings through your powers. When you hear a voice beside you. You come here often.
He turns.
It's very difficult to actually see this person in the water, but she's doing her best to make herself more visible. You see a horrifying, like, slimy, drippy face that's near translucent, almost completely transparent, as she's looking back at you, and you're looking in the face of Susan Ooze.
Ooh.
Holy shit. I think he says holy shit, but it just comes out like holy shit.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
And he begins to back away.
Hey, I thought you're not scared of anybody.
You're wanted, you know?
Oh, so are you. You're on A.E.G.I.S shit list. You just got a team.
How do you know?
You don't get into the business without knowing who your competitors are.
You're pissing off a lot of people, you know?
I know. But what have they done for me lately, huh? Listen, I know that you were that Diego kid, right? I know how you got to be who you are. Same way I got to be who I am. Listen, I know that might seem like I'm a bad guy from where you're standing, but I'm doing this because I gotta. None of these people ever touched shit for me, but I found somebody. I found a way to cure myself.
How?
I can't tell you all the details because you're in with that Hati, and they wouldn't like it.
Yeah. But I am... What do I have to do to find this cure?
Just work with me. If you want to join up, I can make sure that my benefactors manufacture enough for 2 people.
Tell me more.
Let's take a look in the kitchen for a second.
Alright. Cleaning everything up from the pancake donuts. You know, this is why we don't let Junior cook.
You don't like pancake donuts?
Well, I don't like the amount of mess that gets made when a 12-year-old does the cooking.
That's fair. Usually we try to make a 12-year-old also clean up, so they learn.
That worked out real well.
Oh, it helped me, but not a parent. Do you have anything you're doing today?
Oh, just extra dance practice, homework.
Well, if you have time, could do something.
Yeah.
I think the doorbell rings.
Get the door.
Right, yeah.
And as you open the door, you see your mother's there, and also your Uncle Balder.
Hi, Mom, did you forget your keys?
Oh, no, I was just coming back, but I ran into this guy.
I see that.
He says he has some official business to speak with you about.
Yeah. Guessing Balder wants to talk outside, kind of in private? Question mark.
He just kind of like motions and walks away towards the lawn. We follow Nell's mom indoors, and as she comes in to see Kitty sitting at the counter, is this Kitty or Ricochet?
This is Kitty, I think.
Cool. She just does a slight double take, like, oh, I didn't know that we'd have guests over.
Sorry, hi, I'm Kitty.
Hi, you're Nell's friend?
Yeah.
Friend, okay.
Well, we went to homecoming yesterday.
Oh,
so-
how was it? Wait, no, I heard about how it was.
Yeah. It could have gone better, which is a real shame. The student council put a lot of work into planning that. I'm the junior class co-president.
I've heard. Meanwhile, outside in the lawn, we see Balder takes Nell around to the backyard, essentially.
Okay.
Then, takes a lean on a tree, does his crossed arms stare at Nell and says, Dreadwolf.
Yeah.
Heck of a time for a skull to go missing.
Yeah.
Listen, the other day I was at the gym and I couldn't bench how much I used to, so I assume that means that you're...
Yeah.
Great.
It was anyway.
Good timing. Listen.
It was really good timing.
Listen.
Nell pointedly doesn't mention the shield.
Yeah. Listen, your first priority should be to get Skull back in action. I know you've got a team, but this is Wolf's Blood business.
What if Skull's already working on this, though?
Then you need to make sure.
Okay.
I don't have his contact. He went kind of no contact in order to sell his cover. So, this one's on you.
Yeah. Alright. Find Skull.
Find Skull. And, keep the rest of your team out of it. Fewer people, the better.
Why? If there's a lot of them, shouldn't we have more people to help us?
We've never needed people before. It's always been our family duty. Let's keep it in the blood.
Families get bigger,
But there's only ever two.
so you're saying it's only ever Skull and Hadi that deal with this?
Yep. Bring other people in, they get hurt.
Nell thinks back to the fact that Diego just got knocked out the night before. Yeah, they might. Shouldn't they be able to decide what to do, though?
I suppose so.
Besides, these guys kind of already made other people's business.
That just means that we didn't do enough. Find Skull. Take care of this. If you're not gonna do it, then I'll do it.
No, I'll handle it.
Good. Could you look away really quickly?
Why?
Just
Look over there. He's gone. So I think as Tyson pulls up to A.E.G.I.S headquarters, he goes inside, starts talking to the front desk person. There's a lot of confusion as to why there's just a kid hanging around A.E.G.I.S headquarters.
Listen, I was asked here for a favor. I'm only speaking... I almost said Captain Dapple. I'm only speaking to Miss Hammerhead.
Oh, I can page her, but she's probably
Excellent.
She's going to be alright, fine. There's a long delay as the message gets sent up the chain. Eventually, the door opens and you see Agent Hammerhead coming out as she says, "Alright, where is this kid? Oh, there you are. Sent Bob to fetch you."
I don't need a Bob.
And as you say this, the door opens behind you, and Bob walks in, and he says, "I went to the house, and he wasn't there, and oh, hey sport."
I've written down a list of nicknames so far, and Junior, Sport, Kiddo, Champ, and I think all of these names are irking him. Because he's the strongest motherfucker on the team. Sorry, motherfucker on the team, and everyone just keeps... I know that we've made up, but it's just like I'm 12, damn it. I can cook pancake donuts for breakfast. I can be a superhero. Hello, Bob. Wild.
I went by the house and you weren't there. I see you made your own way.
Yes, as a hero, I thought it was important to represent myself.
Okay.
It's clear that he's using big boy words.
Yes. Okay, well, I'm glad you made it. And Agent Hammerhead just kind of waves him off. He's like, "All right, Bob, you're done here. Come on."
He doesn't like that. Although he's like, I don't need a Bob. Like, he won't follow around. Remembering that he's a kid who really struggles. This is like the I love you, don't leave me, go away, push and pull with Bob. So he is simultaneously relieved that Bob is there, but isn't necessarily going to show the relief, but he wants Bob there. Bob can stay. I will need a ride home. My legs are tired.
All right. I mean, if the hero says Bob can stay, then Bob can stay. You're back, Bob. And then the three of you go further into the facility. And I think as you're taken back, Adrian Hammerhead is explaining the basics of it. So we got a report from one June Hashimoto Corp, if you've heard of her at all.
I am very familiar.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You're in big with her. You're getting really important, aren't you?
I have my secrets. He doesn't know how to do this.
Well, about some missing technology, and long story short, our guys tracked it down to a couple of specific people, specific actors. And we got one of them back here. We're having some trouble getting them to crack. I was hoping you would get in there and
Whack him?
Whack him, yeah.
He reaches into his backpack.
You can see, based on the expression on Bob's face, he does not like that you're being asked to do this.
But he's too distracted with putting his helmet on. And looks at Agent Hammerhead and just goes, "Lead the way."
And so Agent Hammerhead leads you into the A.E.G.I.S containment facility. It's a super high-tech prison with lasers instead of prison bars.
You got lasers here?
Yep. Wow. There's lasers instead of prison bars. You see a couple of criminals of various different kinds, all of these being relatively low-tier criminals, the kind that actually stay in prison. As you're walking past Megabyte's cell, you see him reading a book about how does one become a dental hygienist.
Oh my gosh.
And Agent Hammerhead stops at that cell and says, "So, this guy doesn't know shit. He's a bit of a pawn. But, the guy next to him, he might know a couple things that we might like to know." You look in the cell immediately adjacent to Megabyte, and you see a wolf person.
I like puppies.
What we're trying to ask is, where's their base of operations located? And this guy ain't done nothing but howl and spit at us.
Have you asked nicely?
Oh, we asked plenty nicely. We said please and everything.
Wow.
Hey, Derek! The guy shifts in his sleep and then looks up and says, "Told you I ain't gonna say nothing."
This is the one?
That's the one.
He's gonna try to... He doesn't look too dangerous.
What are you trying to provoke him to do?
He doesn't know anything about negotiation or how to do this, but I think he's learned that if you agitate somebody...
Okay. So I don't think this is going to trigger the move just yet because you're not trying to get him to do a specific thing. But he's going to say, bringing a kid in here.
You're bringing in the Spectre. The most powerful of everyone.
Yeah, okay, whatever. He rolls back over to go back to sleep.
Gonna roll burn.
Yeah, you can do that.
And he is going to say, get up. And I kind of want to take his covers off.
You can take his covers off, yeah, that's fine.
With his psychic.
Yes.
Yeah, and his pillow.
Okay. I think then he gets up and comes up to the laser bar and just like looks down at you and shrugs.
Listen, I have a dinner at my house that I need to get back to, and it's going to be cold. Let's make this quick. Tell them where the base is. I can go home.
What's the best you could do?
I'm asking
This guy? He's not even talking to you. He's talking past you at Agent Hammerhead. He has no respect for you in this moment.
He's getting angrier. In his anger, would you let him levitate to eye level?
Yeah.
So he starts to get really angry. And he like gets up to his eye level and you're dealing with me.
You hear Bob beginning to try to say something and then Agent Hammerhead immediately shushes him. Alright, guess I'm dealing with you then. I'm not saying shit.
How close is he to the...
To the laser bars?
Yeah.
Very close, he's like right up in your face.
Can I bring him towards me?
You want to try to like pull him into the laser bars? Can you roll Unleash Your Powers?
Yeah.
You're gonna have to try to do this with finesse, and that's not something that you're good at. Yeah.
2 6s. 2 6s. Oh!
Plus freak 9, 10, 11, 12.
Okay. So, yeah. I think you are able to pull him up like right close to the laser ball,
So
just
it's
like
heat.
hold him in place.
Yeah.
We could do this the easy way or the hard way.
I don't believe you, kid. I can't see your eyes, but I know what it sounds like when somebody's a killer. You are no killer.
Can I bring his dog tail to the laser bars?
Yes, you can.
Do I need to roll for it?
No, you got your roll.
It's a shame what they say about puppy dog tails, that they have a mind of their own. And he like pulls the tail through his legs into the bar.
I think you hear him howling a little bit as it's basically burning him, and you smell the smell of burning fur.
I don't have to be a killer. I just have to be really unbearably annoying.
I think it's not gonna do it though. This guy apparently, from the look on his dog face, you get the sense that, to quote Dr. Strange, pain is an old friend.
Okay.
Also, if you're looking closer at him now, you get the sense that they've tried all kinds of things on him.
To hurt him?
Yes.
Okay. He puts himself back down on the ground because he was levitating the whole time, I'm imagining. He doesn't say anything and he's thinking about, okay, so he's seen all the physical damage and he's thinking about going inside.
Yep.
So then he just turns his back on him and just starts to focus going inside of the puppy dog head.
You roll to Unleash Your Powers for this?
Yes.
11, cool. So I think you dive into his mind, and you begin seeing some visions. You see visions of this man like coming up to an altar with a giant wolf statue laid upon it. You see him like drinking from some sort of potion that looks formed out of some sort of mixture of blood and other chemicals. You like see him like just like screaming as you see his veins pulsing, and then in his vision, like staring out amongst all of the other people gathered in the room as they're saying, "All hail Dreadwolf! All hail Dreadwolf!" And then you see a montage of like various different other things, him like leading various different other people, and then you see the mantle of Dreadwolf being passed on to a different person,
him trying to get it back by proving himself and trying to run an operation, getting caught by Aegis, and then eventually coming back to here. And through all of this, you have a pretty good idea of where this particular group's headquarters might be.
Can you also tell me what this person is afraid of?
You would have to roll to pierce the mask here.
That's right. Okay. Before he would do that, Spectre would stop concentrating and he would say in front of Bob, Hammerhead, and Doggo, and Dentist, well, soon to be
I'm here too.
He tells him where we'll be located. And then he would look at the dog man and go, that wasn't so hard. You're not that tough after all. You're just a whoop.
You're just a kid. Just a tool.
We'll see. And then he's going to pierce the mask.
Okay.
As he's looking at him.
Roll plus mundane, please.
Oh. That's my bad one.
Yeah. 8, so you can ask one of the questions from Pierce the Mask.
I guess how could I gain influence over you?
From what you've seen in his head, you know that this guy has seen action throughout the entirety of his career as Dreadwolf. And the thing that would allow you to gain influence over him is if you were to validate his desire to once again be the Dreadwolf. Either you can validate it, or you can try to like taunt him with that, but you need to acknowledge it that it exists, essentially.
Can I put in his brain this overwhelming sense of doubt that he will never obtain that? Because he's psychic?
Feel like you can try that.
Like how when someone's really depressed, there's like the low motivation for it, or maybe there's like really nagging negative thoughts. You can't do this. So I want to fill this person with severe doubt about ever being able to become the Dread.
Yeah, I think you could probably do that. I think also, this might be crossing a line for Tyson. Have you messed with somebody's brain directly like this before?
Not in our games. And not in games that I've had in my head that wouldn't matter.
Yeah. So is this something that Tyson wants to do in this moment?
You know what? Being called just a kid and getting called all those kid names, he still wants to prove something. So, yeah, he's not a killer, but he's going to get you.
Okay.
So that's plus freak, right?
Yeah.
So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
9. Either you can mark in condition, or I can tell you how it's unstable or temporary.
I'll have you tell me.
Okay.
And I'll call this mind editing, because I like that phrase you used.
When you're trying to edit a person's mind like this, you've got to get really in there, which makes you vulnerable to them as well.
Okay.
I think that as you are getting in there, he realizes what you're doing, and before you finish your work, his thoughts also are transmitted to you, and he's able to implant something for you.
Okay.
I think that would be something along the lines of all this power, and you're still only using it for somebody else. Freak down, mundane up.
Before he leaves, he's not gonna register what you said. He's gonna go, does anybody smell barbecue? Looking at his tail. It's all singed.
Bob is looking at you with like eyes of like, I don't even know. He is afraid of you in this moment.
That makes sense. Bob has influence over me.
Yep. So I think Bob is also trying to shift your labels just by his look. He's not trying to, but he can't help but like looking at you as if you are a danger, essentially. So danger up is what he's trying to do, and then
Savior
down, yeah.
Oh, I love this. I'm becoming so much more dangerous.
Hello everyone! Thanks for tuning in to Roleplay Radio this week. I'd like to give a huge thank you to all of the talented musicians that helped bring this podcast to life with their amazing music. You can find song names and links to the artists' web pages in the description. I would also like to thank our players who were involved in this project: Rin Garnett, Tyler Rubin, and Nikki Aguilar-Thompson. And a very special thanks to our talented GM, Michael Yang, who not only prepared this wonderful 5-part miniseries for Roleplay Radio, but who also scored and produced the Varsity Knights theme song. If you like what you heard, you can subscribe to his personal YouTube channel, which we've also shared in the description. Thanks again. I'm Alex Aguilar Thompson, and I sure hope to see you again next week for another episode of Roleplay Radio.